Good morning, everybody. The Rev here. It's time for a cup of coffee with Jesus. I hope you're doing well this morning. Man, it's been a good day today. I was done with the way yesterday. By the end of the day, I was done. Just being honest with you. Some days are just like that. I was really pondering the other day about, would there be my God supplies all my needs according to his riches and glory, and I know that. And my provision, though I work at a secular job, I know my provision comes from the Lord. He protects me. He's kept me safe. I know these things, but sometimes I wonder, is it's like, hey, if I made $10,000 more a year, would that be enough? If I did this, would it be enough? If I have a steel fabrication business that I run as well, and I thought, if my business increased 22% with more, would that be enough? And so Proverbs 11:23 kind of deals with that today, and it says, "He who trusts in his riches will fall, but the righteous will flourish like a green leaf." Proverbs 11:23. I'll say it one more time, just in case you didn't know. Reading it off a cup there. I wrote it down. I didn't grab my Bible and bring it up here. I'm just taking a little break. It says, "He who trusts in his riches will fall, but the righteous will flourish like a green leaf." I read that several times this morning, and I pondered on it, and the Lord was just telling me, he said, see, when you rely on what you've done and only what you've done, that's when there's room for a fall. That's where it's room for a collapse. That's also where it makes room for you to go into depression and anxiety because you feel like you haven't done enough. When it said, it's on my shoulders, Matt. It rests on my shoulders. And if you walk in righteousness, you'll flourish like a green leaf. And it's not about what you've done, although he's called me to do a lot. And I can do quite a bit in my own strength. But I realized that just like this says, he who trusts in his riches will fall, but the righteous will flourish like a green leaf. So really, I want to flourish like a green leaf. And so I even thought about that even more, because I used to have a lawn business, and I read up a lot on trees and being an arborist, because I used to cut a lot of trees, trim trees, cut down trees. I was like an urban lumberjack. And I would read up and read stories and read articles and read science when it came to trees. And there was another arborist that I came across one time, and he says, "Hey, I'm just telling you, my experience is," he said, "you trim these trees back when they're like this." And I read it, but he was the one that drew the word picture. And he said, "You strip and clean that tree all up in the wintertime." He said, "You just take that canopy and raise it up." And he said, what happens then, he said, you have all that stored energy in the ground. And he said, you watch those limbs just bust out of the top of the tree, and how full the top of the tree is, because it's not getting the nutrients from that underbrush of the tree. It's not sucking the nutrients off of it. And I thought about this, and it said, just like that, it's like it will flourish like a green leaf. That is during the times, it's seasonal, that the leaf flourishes, and the photosynthesis that takes place, and it's turning, I'm not going to go back to 4th grade science now, but the photosynthesis takes place. But what happens is that sometimes when that leaf falls off and it withers up and it dries and it gets colorful and beautiful during the fall, and in the winter it shrivels up, falls off, that's putting the stored energy back in the root system for growth. So even during those times when you don't see the green leaf flourishing, it's still flourishing because it's putting your root system deeper in the Lord. And you're not relying on your own riches, but you're relying on the root structure that the Lord has planted in you and not of the world. Hope this helps somebody out today. Help me see a few things today. Because it's like he flourishes like a green leaf. So it's in the times of seasons of growth, I will flourish. And when the times when it seems maybe leaner, there's still growth going on, but it's below the surface. So as always, just remember that Jesus loves you, I love you, and there is truly absolutely nothing you can do about it. So have a great day, not relying on your own riches, but flourishing like a green leaf. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.